Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Tales of Diademia. We are going to start things off here shortly. As you could say, new layout, who dis, more or less. But I feel like it's been over 2 weeks since the last episode, but it hasn't. It just feels like a while. In the last episode, Adalray and Fang made their way to the Feywilds and were almost immediately ejected thanks to this doom that had found its way there, as well as this mysterious being that refused to show themselves. Ultimately, Fang and Adalray were able to get brought back to Tahale, and from there, Artis was able to make his way from Calamar's Infernal Emporium to the Fort Demon's Creek to Tahale, and then finally meet up with everyone. Maka and Dargo were just hanging out at the local tavern, and nobody knew where Orgy was. Well, no one was like, where's Orgy? That wasn't a question that was brought up at all. Mostly because some of the characters just don't know him well enough, and then the others just don't care. So
Presumed KIA.
Killed in action. Oh gosh. So after that, all of them eventually ended up meeting at the tavern, catching up and finding out more mysteries about things that had taken place prior, as well as finding out more about I guess Coffee's origins, Acris's origins, whoever this sister of Vladimir Riviere is, origins. There was a lot of, catching up to do. Ultimately, Artis had this book that he got from Mirror at Infernal's Emporium that didn't have anything in it, and then he arrived, but thanks to Adalray arriving back from the doom-infested Feywilds, there was a bit of a doom that seeped into this book and started showing him things. Namely, this woman that didn't seem to have a name that was showing Artis things in the book, to which he didn't want to find out, so he got out of the book. Adalray and this sister Genevieve made their way to meet up with Bastin Alsatian, who is the reincarnated Vladimir Riviere. When they arrived, they couldn't find him. When they left, all the guards were dead. And when Genevieve revived one of them, they said that Bastin was, responsible. So ultimately, Adalray made her way to kind of find out more information about how they were able to combat, getting back to the Feywilds, essentially. And upon arriving at the library, or the area in Tahale that is considered the library, she found a much injured Bastin in the arms of a blue tiefling woman that she had not met yet. And then there was a lot of contradicting information, because Genevieve is making it seem like Bastin's the bad guy, and Bastin's making it seem like Genevieve's the bad lady. So that's where we're at. That's where we're not picking up, actually. Just had to catch everybody up and then completely shift the story plot over to a certain Tabaxi barbarian who is asleep currently. Orgy, you are getting old visions of your past life currently. Images of, your village, hometown area, place of existence, and everyone's kind of dead. And by kind of dead, I mean, dead. And as you're walking around looking at, all the dead bodies and things, you kind of wake up in this cold sweat. And in your hand is this well-constructed blade, this great sword of sorts. Just in your grip, just tightly in your grip. And as you wake up, Calamar kind of looks over to you. Ah, back with us, eh?
Yes, it seems so. And it looks like the work is done.
Seems like it. The weapon seems to be taking well to its new owner.
I raise it up and I look at it. And this will do what I need it to do.
I mean, I don't disclose weapons after they leave my shop, but I imagine if you wanted to do something, it would, do it.
I put it to his throat. Don't play coy. You know what I'm after.
You know, I always question myself of why I continue to help out these poor unfortunates. It's a pretty good blade. He's like easing it away from his neck. Question though, why, if I might be so bold, did you choose to construct something of the sort?
Because as time goes on, I am faced with greater tasks that need tending to. And sometimes you just need the right tools to get those things done.
Ah, that doesn't sound half as bad as I imagined. Well, it would seem your friends have already left and or are no longer here. Would you like me to take you back to them?
I suppose I feel they may still be of some use.
Okay. Also, I told your elvish friend one person, the guy with the sword on his back. Anyways, I told him how to tell your friends how to get here if they needed to through the fort, but I'll also give you that information just in case. Um, this way, I can prepare to have all of your other friends come visit and make, similar artifacts of said powerful nature.
Okay. So what do we need to do then?
Well, if you have all. Oh! Then he, like, reaches over and um, grabs a shield just off of the rack. The shield you had was, trash, and I can't have you representing my shop looking like that. So here you are, and he just hands you like this really elegant, lightweight shield. But as you hold on to it, and you have the blade in your hand, you realize like the weight of it isn't completely off to where this normal two-handed weapon that you would imagine works well with this shield.
Hmm. Well, it seems you know how to craft a good blade.
Well, I know how to craft a lot of good things. It's what I do with my free time. But pitch posh. If that's all, then I will send you back. Currently, presently.
Okay.
And he kind of like wavers his hands a little bit, and Orgy, you find these wisp of fire and brimstone kind of surround your body, and then poof, you kind of disappear. You die immediately. Meanwhile, in the land of the dead, no. um, for everyone else, the only one that I kind of need to check in with because everyone else kind of went to bed and or are getting drunk still is Adalre. Adalre, make a perception check.
That's a 10.
Okay. To be noted, there's a lot going on. So, as you're there with Baston, he's made his way back up to his feet. The tiefling woman is kind of like, she got back up as well and standing up. Baston's like looking frantically around this library-esque area. Is this Tahale by chance?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I thought I recognized these books. Ah, well. You said you needed to find information about how to get back to the Feywilds, correct?
Not only that, but to see if I can find some information on Queen Midna as well.
Ah, yes, I remember her now. I shall go research some things. I'll be in the library, up there on the cove.
Very well.
And as he walks off, the tiefling woman looks over to you. I don't believe I caught your name.
It's a Dalray.
Ah, Dalray. I am Valamir. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
And as you look at her closer, her eyes are kind of goldish in tint. But upon further look, you realize she's blind.
So how did you get here again? You said you plane shifted.
Yes, I believe the one known as Oam plane shifted me here.
Just inside the library or just Tahale in general?
I think just to the region of Tahale. Nothing specific.
Then you made your way here?
Well, this is where I arrived. I don't know if this is
Ah.
where he intended for me to arrive.
I see. So what will you do now?
I guess I just need to go speak with Zotair and see what the next plan of course of action, or however you want to put it, is.
Would you need an escort to Zotair?
No. Why? What do you think?
My apologies. I don't mean to come off as rude, but I noticed that you're blind.
Ah, yes, yes. Blind by sight alone.
Very well then. Well then, if you would excuse me, I have some research that I need to do. If there's nothing else that you'll need, I will be taking my leave.
Good luck with your research. And she starts to make her way off and out of the library. How long are you looking around? Note it's pretty late-ish now, at least 8 o'clock.
Probably 3 to 4 hours.
Okay. You and Baston begin to make a long pass through this library. Baston, obviously knowing the library well enough, begins to grab various books and things as he places them on this very large, old, elvish table. And books that come of interest or pique your interest, you begin to page through, most in elegant elvish text, speaking about the Feywilds and things of that nature. And finally, after a couple hours of searching, Bastion arrives with this really large book. It's covered in chains of some sort, and he sets it down, and it makes this loud thud as the other books kind of absorb its presence. Ah, I believe I have found it. You said you wanted to find information about the Queen Midna.
She's still looking at the book in her hand, flipping through the pages, not even looking up at him. Yes. I did.
Well, you shall find it in this one. And he kind of like slides or ushers it a little bit closer to you. This is the Book of Black. I would be careful, princess. It's a very bad book.
I'm gonna make an Arcana check.
Okay.
That's a 13 on that Arcana.
As you're trying to sense the presence of this book, you find that it's kind of muted. Noted, you've been around magical books before, you've been around magical items, beings, things of that nature, so it's usually not hard to detect their aura or things of that nature, at least to the degree of whether or not it's like good or bad at basic premise. But this book seems to be suppressed, like heavily suppressed. And as he ushers it closer to you, you notice like the arcane locks that are on it may be responsible.
The Book of Black, you said.
Yes, the Book of Black.
Would you say this book is evil? I'm assuming it is with all these arcane locks on it.
Evil is subjective. It is a terrible book, but
What makes it terrible?
most things are created with a purpose. Arcane focuses, are used to empower others. This book
Of course.
is concentrated magic on a different scale. It is bad because it wasn't created with those same purposes, those same issues. It's created with the intent of all-consuming. The elves and others here have done well to bind the book. However, if those arcane locks were no longer on it, the book would serve its own purpose, if that makes sense. It's very hard to find items that are cursed in a way that they develop their own instincts.
So why would I want to open this book?
Because that's the closest thing you're going to find to information here on Queen Midna.
Of course it is. Seems rather fitting. She kind of like carefully picks up this book and is continuing to kind of like look it over.
Make an athletics check.
Oh no. Oh, 18.
Okay. Through some like you're like able to pick up this hefty book. The arcane locks are kind of incorporeal in a way. They kind of shift slightly around this book. Though the chains are moving, the lock is stationary in the center of the pages or the cover. It does have like a faint aura, and a slight stench. Not anything that you're familiar with to a great enough degree, but it does give off hints of like death, that decay kind of smell.
You wouldn't happen to know how to open this book, would you?
As all bad books. Blood, my dear.
Well then, would you care to accompany me? I'd rather not open this book within the city.
Where would you like to go?
Preferably somewhere where no one's going to get hurt.
Hurt is also subjective, princess.
Let me rephrase then. A place where there won't be as much lossful of life if something bad were to happen if I opened this book.
Very well. I shall accompany you.
Very well. She's gonna carry this book out the library.
Okay. As you two make your way out, it is nighttime. The Elvish city has a similar tint of the magical moonlight sky. Everything has been more or less enchanted since you arrived at Tahale. You're pretty sure it's not actually like this if you go outside, but close enough. You get the idea.
Okay. Adalri's gonna make her way out of the city.
Okay. Arriving at the kind of main entryway, where the arcane seals and like the fabrics kind of veil over each other to conceal the city from the plane that it's in. You both kind of usher your way out, and you arrive in a large kind of elegant forest. Still nighttime, trees, but very normal-esque trees. Not anything too particular out of interest.
Okay. Adalri is then going to proceed to walk a few miles north to kind of
Okay.
like give some distance from the city and her.
Okay. Make a survival check.
A natural 20 for a 22.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of like gauge where you don't think there's any activity as you're walking through this forest, making sure you're not following any like deer paths or other animal paths. And you come out to this large grass-like clearing. It's more or less overgrown grass, but in this like almost meadow surrounded by trees.
Okay. She's gonna go to the middle of this field and place the book down on the ground.
Okay. As you do, it makes that familiar dunk, taking into the weight of its new layout.
And then she kind of turns to Bastin, Vlad, whoever you want to refer him as. So you said blood was the only way to open this book, correct?
Yes.
Very well. And she is going to take out one of her daggers and just like prick the tip of her finger. So that way, like a drop of blood like swells up on the tip of her finger, and then she's going to place it on the book.
Okay. Make a Arcana check.
That's an 8.
Okay. You feel the book come to life the moment your blood kind of connects to the book. And in that same moment, you kind of feel connected to the book. Make a wisdom saving throw.
19.
Okay. the book recognizes your presence and it opens itself to you. The lock kind of snaps and the chains kind of fall to the side and the book slowly begins to open.
Okay.
And in that moment, you and the book both vanish in your space.
Always with the disappearing acts.
I mean, y'all are over here opening cursed fucking books that require blood to
Yeah,
mean-
with
open.
blood. Yeah, exactly. Like,
What do
gonna
you
end
think's
well.
gonna happen? Oh, we're just gonna have a nice little conversation and drink some tea. No.
I mean, one can hope. Okay, so they disappear. Adari's gonna look around, see where they're at now.
Mm-hmm. And as you're doing that, the next day arrives at Tahale. Fang, Dargo, Artis, you all wake up at your relative normal-ish paces. And this is roughly the time that you, Orgy, appear in the tavern-esque area. Flames flickering off of you as the barkeep kind of like stops dusting off the counter long enough to see you and then goes back to like cleaning off the counter.
Yeah, I just kind of shrugged and sit down.
This is completely normal activity.
Yeah. Ain't you ever seen anybody teleport from another dimension before? Punk ass pub owner.
Dargo walks out, down from his room, sees Orgy, he's gonna walk up to him, sit down next to him. Back from Calamar's shop then, eh?
Yes, he liked to take his time, unfortunately.
It takes like a whole time.
What?
Cry about it. Cry about it. I thought you were so good, you should be quicker.
What were you doing that you stayed back longer than Artis?
I was getting this made, and I hold up my fancy new sword. Would you like to see how well it cuts?
Oh gosh. So Orgy's holding up this Godslayer weapon towards you, Dargo. You see it's a well-crafted great sword. There's like arcane scriptures kind of embedded into the blade of it that give off the like slight sheen as the light catches it here and there. Very powerful looking sword. The blade's, sharp. But, yeah.
Dargo looks at it, has a little bit of awe in his eye. I would love to see how it cuts, Orgy. Make sure you use it properly at our next battle then.
Oh, I will.
Speaking of, Dogger rummages in his coin pouch, brings out his 200 platinum, and slides it over to Orgy. This is from Zoltaire for compensation in our efforts to help him. Yours with Vermont and ours with the fort and that stupid Spider Queen debacle.
Spider what?
Well, good to see that they pay well, at least. Thank you.
Oh wait, Fang, make a Constitution save because you were heavy in the sauce last night.
Look, I don't know if that's, necessarily the case. Saving throw or just a straight Constitution check?
Constitution save, sorry.
Save?
Yeah.
That is a 14.
Okay. You wake up, there's a bit of buzz present, permeating headache, but nothing that you can't, shuffle down and get past.
Just lights being very bright in the morning, just sitting down, ordering coffee and a shot of whiskey. Sits down at the table. Orgy. Lovely for you to find your way back.
Oh, thanks. It looks like I missed quite a good night. As I gesture to your coffee and shot.
Well, seems like these days are just getting worse and worse, so we might as well enjoy the nights while we have them. He knocks the shot back and then kind of washes it down with a little bit of coffee. There we go. So, wait a minute. Where's your companion?
Well, unfortunately, did not make it.
My
So,
condolences.
well, thank you. He knew the risks.
Fang just kind of just lifts up his mug, taps the countertop, and takes a drink.
Just one more thing to make sure the correct people are, repaid with or about. So,
I can't remember now. Did we hear from artists what happened to
Just me.
coffee? Just you. Okay.
Well, me and Maka, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
at
that's
this moment,
fair.
it's just me.
Yeah, but so I have no idea what happened to coffee. We don't have any idea what happened.
Correct.
Or if she was even there.
With that, Dargo is going to look over to Fang. Yes, so artists filled me in on that bit. Apparently, Coffee was at Vermont alongside them at the same time as she was with us. Weird. And turned evil and turned Sulk into a wolf.
and
Real head turner, yes.
Bartender, another shot.
Another shot like
I'm gonna need
slides
that
down to you.
one more time. One more time. So coffee was there at the same time she was helping us.
Yes.
Well, roughly the same time. Or
Well, both. I assumed both of our instances were happening at the same time, so I would say yes.
Okay, so roundabout. And she turned evil. What do you mean? He's kind of looking between Dargo and Orgy. What do you mean turned evil?
Orgy can tell you better, but Artist told me that she pretty much turned Sulk into a wolf and disappeared with both of them. So,
listen, it's real simple. The bitch turned on us, and she will die. Pretty simple equation there. Me plus this sword plus coffee equals dead coffee.
Slides his cup a little closer to him. Fang's gonna knock back his other shot and then just take a swig it with a bit of coffee as well. Okay. And well, I mean, you traveled with it before. Has she ever been able to polymorph someone like that before?
Not that I've seen, but she most certainly isn't the most forthcoming with information, so I can't say I'm surprised that she has these tricks up her sleeves.
It's just odd because when she was with us, I mean, helped. If she wanted to betray us there, she could have simply fled or roasted us in her phoenix form. Huh.
I don't know why she chose to do exactly what she did. Maybe she will have enough time before I kill her to answer these questions.
Guess time will tell. Speaking, you haven't met a doll. No, you wouldn't have met her yet. Doggo, have you seen the doll already?
No, I haven't. Last I knew, she went off to go get Bastion from the cells. That was last night.
Wait, what?
Her and like Guinevere, the dragon lady, went to talk to him.
Hmm. Have we,
Maybe we should vet this person a bit better to preempt any potential issues in the future.
well, she's, for lack of a better term, royalty from the Feywilds, so I'm not necessarily sure if that's a fight we want to pick. Not to mention, she, once again, not really something we need to. She's good in the sense of she's got her own motives that don't really ally with her killing us.
I mean, from what source other than this person?
Well, the Feywild seems to be taking over by the darkness that is the same darkness that took over here, which then got me killed, and so now she's fighting that darkness to save her homeland. So I think Fang is just is in conspiracy theory mode, like trying to piece it together of like. I'm not entirely sure how Coffee ties into this and why she betrayed us, but I know that Hope went full evil god, and so if Coffee and Hope are now evil gods themselves. Look, I don't really know who to trust anymore, but at this moment, she hasn't tried to stab me yet, so I'll take what I can get. Hell,
I just want to.
I'm surprised you haven't tried to stab me yet.
Well, the day is young.
He just finishes his coffee. He's like, I can't even get mad at that response. I can't even get mad at that.
However, I just want to make sure that this. What did you say? Her name was
Adalray.
Adalray?
Yeah.
That this isn't a ruse or some sort of manipulation. If Coffee suddenly has the power to turn people into wolves, maybe she can change her appearance and or influence others. Who knows?
I was going to say the head honcho, the centaur here, seemed to have known her intimately. So either she's gotten very powerful and is very good at deception, or this Adalray's on the up and up as far as who she is.
I guess we will see. At least there's somebody that has known her from the past. That's my biggest concern.
Where is Artis still sleeping?
Seems that way.
What was he even doing last night?
He showed Maka and I this mystical, magical mumbo jumbo book he got from Calamar. He opened it. He told us there was originally nothing in it, and then he opened it again. Later on, there was some darkness. He showed us, and then he seemed to have, of his own accord, like his tales went into the book. I don't know. He found some info. Oh, he thought it would help us against the Tryperian Empire.
Right. Okay. I miss when things were simple. I miss when things were simple. You know what I mean? Like,
When were
you ever just
things,
have that
like
moment?
pre-campaign? Is that when things were
Like
simple?
when it wasn't like darkness from the Feywilds and all this, when it was just an asshole who didn't want to pay up, or somebody who was, some pirates off the coast, just I miss the simplicity sometimes.
I think he forgets about how he got thrown into like different realms where they were more or less tortured.
Oh no, he's repressing those memories, motherfucker. He's talking before all that shit, before things got complicated with elder gods or whatever the fuck we're dealing with here.
No, I'm sitting up in my room going through my spell book.
Bird.
Well,
Fang, Dargo, and Orgy make a perception check.
After they do this perception check, I'll come down. So I'm gonna come downstairs.
Okay.
13.
Perfect. That'd be a 7.
Guess Fang is still in his cups a little bit.
Those hot dice I had the other night, they have cooled off dramatically. Burned all my good rolls on Monday.
What was Orgy's roll?
I made the mistake of clicking it on my computer, not my phone, so it's trying to roll right now.
Oh no.
It's a 13, I think. Which, let's see, perception, which should be a 17 total.
Okay. Between you and Dargo, probably maybe the angle, I don't know. You watch as Bastin arrives carrying a much unconscious Adalray in his arms, and he comes in as he makes noise setting her down in one of the seats. You notice that they're there, Fang, as well.
Are there any like guards or anything nearby him?
No.
What's all this then?
Aston,
Okay,
I thought
well.
you were in jail.
So he's supposed to be locked up under guard, and that is a Dalray. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to give me a reason not to stab you.
The
I'm gonna
princess
give him
might
1.
die soon. Need a little more than 3 seconds.
Short version.
There was a book. I told her about the book. She opened the book. The book did this to her.
Why didn't you stop her from opening the book?
Did you know the book was going to do this?
I told her the book had its own instincts.
My God.
Why?
Okay,
was
why are
she
all
you
of you
here
people-
and not by the healers? Why did you bring her to a ball?
Because they cannot help her currently.
Whoa, what can't
by the gods. Oh,
is
by the
her?
gods.
Speak in riddles.
My name is Bastin. Names are not important.
Don't care.
She opened a book with her blood. It's bound to her
Yeah,
currently.
cool. Got it. Book bad. Her unconscious. You fix it.
I cannot fix it.
How do we fix it then?
We hope the princess can fix it herself.
Are
Hope.
you fucking kidding me?
So quick, group vote here. I stab him. Yay, nay.
No, don't. We kind of. It gets real complicated, but don't stab him because then we're gonna have to deal with the dragon.
But if he's
Once
supposed
again,
to be in
don't
jail
ask questions.
anyway,
Yeah, it's kind of like a. Yeah, what happened to the gods? What happened to your gods?
Apparently, they're all dead.
okay. See, so now
It's
I
getting
definitely
real
get
tough for me
stab
to
him.
stop him from stabbing you.
He's killed guards, put her out, whoever this person is. Apparently, it's not good. He has some book that did it, and he's talking in riddles. It slices, it dices, it kills bitches like him. Let's get it on.
Are you going to attack him?
No,
Beforehand, at
I
least.
would.
Dargo looks at him and goes, Bastion, where's Guinevere? She was with Adalray last I knew. When they went to go see you.
Apparently, my sister is unattended somewhere in Tahale, or if that's even where she is currently.
Do you think she could help?
Okay.
Don't know if she wants to help, but it's possible.
Emily sounds like a bunch of fucking
Okay,
champions.
where's the book now?
It is gone. Her and the book
Excuse
vanished
me?
hours ago. The princess's body just reappeared, and I brought her back here.
So she magically disappeared with a book that you gave
A book
her,
that I
and
told her required blood to open, to which she's
What the hell is in the book? Let's
she
play
wanted to
this
know
game.
about Queen Midna to find out about the Feywilds. The only book here is the Book of Black that has information about Queen Midna. It's a very dark, evil book.
and yet you gave it out.
You're making it really difficult for me to see this as you not trying to get her killed. You understand this, right?
I honestly don't care. I gave her the book because she needs the information to get back to her homeworld. What are you doing?
Well,
Trying not to kill you.
Yeah,
Oh,
currently trying to
that's
stop you from dying.
Completely helping the situation.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Where, bartender, get the guards. And alert Lord fucking. God, it was
The bartender looks at
Voltaire.
you and he's like,
What the fuck's he shaking his head for?
"You don't know who that is.
What do you mean I don't know who that is?
Look into his eyes."
No, I'm asking the DM. Why is the bartender is telling me this? Like he's looking at a guy who we brought in as a prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Dargo looks at the bartender. We know exactly who that is. We brought him.
You're it.
Is he? I look at this guy. Is he not somehow different than the two people I thought he was?
Coup?
Motherfucker.
Right.
At Bastion, you look at Bastion.
Yes.
Yes.
Bastion still looks the same. Still Bastion body.
And then inside is still Rivera or is it something else? Or Riviera or whatever the fuck you pronounce his
Vladimir,
name?
yeah.
Yeah,
Riviera.
it's still Vladimir.
Just-
Why the fuck does the bartender care?
Because he probably could see something that you can't.
Well, for fuck.
Well, there's only one way forward for this. All right, Diargo,
I'm no longer.
you
I'm
take
not
care
gonna
of
stop
this
him.
lady. You stand up and let's get moving. You're on back to jail.
Very well.
So get to stepping.
Dargo walks over, picks up a Adalray.
I start
I
leading
walk,
them out.
I walk with a
out of the
orgy because I
pub.
don't trust this motherfucker. I'm not looking at the bartender like, what the fuck? Still. I'm not paying for
He's
those
like,
drinks.
"Mm-mm."
And then leaves.
I am not messing with that. They do not pay me enough.
Glad to see the elves have a fucking backbone. Oh, wait. Anyway. All right, so we're I guess, I'm going with Orgy to walk this dude back to his prison
Same.
cell.
As you three make your way back to where Fang knows the cell to be and where Bastion knows the cell to be, you see all the dead guards kind of like strewn about outside of his
Oh.
area.
Thought you were about to say like throughout the streets. I
Oh,
was about to be
no.
like, bro, what the fuck? Why is everyone calm right now?
Um,
How has no one noticed this before now?
what did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do?
Well, why did you kill all these guards?
I don't remember killing all of these guards.
Okay, did you kill the guards?
If you do not remember killing guards, how do you answer such a question?
By answering, did you kill them? If you did not remember killing them, then we're gonna go out on a limb and assume you did not kill them.
Yes, I do not remember killing them.
Well, we'll keep you under lock and key until we can figure it out.
Very well. You shall know where I am.
Can I do a quick search? Like, does this guy look like he's carrying anything on him now that he didn't prior? Like, he's not like pocketing a dagger or lockpicks or some bullshit.
You want to pat him down? Pat him down,
I mean-
man. I got like I'm stored on ready to go. So
With a passive investigation of 22, would I be able to notice this guy having anything on him?
I mean, he seems to have the same stuff on that he had before. Like, you're not.
So but that's what I'm saying. He doesn't look like he doesn't have a weapon on him. There's nothing
besides himself? No, there's no weapons.
I am the weapon. All right, Jet, calm the fuck down.
anyway, all right, cool. So you're done doing whatever you're doing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna shove him in and lock the cage.
It's not a cage. It's like elegant sweet house.
Yeah, it's like he's in the
nice
apartment.
condo.
It's kind of one of those.
Oh, whatever.
Regardless.
Anyways, cool.
We should probably go alert Zoltaire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently we may need to look for, who'd you say, his sister?
Whatever your
Yeah.
is.
Genevieve Rivera. It's a long story. She might also be disguised as Dragonborn. There's a lot of confusing things. There's a
Great.
lot.
I
This'll
believe you
be
told me
easy.
not to look like Hot anymore. Fang.
I immediately have my sword drawn at her as soon as I hear a voice, just like, ha!
She's like standing off to the side.
And who the fuck is this bitch?
This is Genevieve.
There's a lot of real
What the fuck?
convenient happenstances. She's here magically when we need her. He happened to give her a book that teleported her away, and she teleported back to him unconscious. There's a lot of bullshit going on.
Yeah, what happened?
Adalri and I arrived here to speak with my brother, and he was not in his chambers. To which, when we left, all of the guards were dead. Me with
the guards
my...
were they alive when you showed up?
Yes, they let us in.
So did you kill all these guards?
No, I don't have any need to kill guards.
Oh, well.
So you came in, he wasn't in the cell, guards alive. You leave the empty cell. They're
Guards
all
are dead.
Yes, like this.
And
So
then
it sounds like he killed them.
Well, and then Adalri left, and I tidied up a bit.
Why?
I'm trying to see if my brother's trying to work on anything while he's here. There wasn't anything inside, so...
Hmm.
Does the Book of Black mean anything to you?
Yes, it's a book. Why?
Okay. It's not just a book.
Okay,
And
'cause
why
it
are you
seems as
walking
it has
around
its-
with an unconscious princess in your hand, Dragonborn?
Well,
Because the book
because
of Black,
yeah.
your brother, convinced
Yeah.
her to use it. She gave it blood.
Convinced
Apparently,
Adalre
she-
to open that book? That book is damned.
I don't know.
Well,
You talked to
according
him
to
about
him,
that.
yeah, according to him, he told her it was the only thing to get information about someone, and so
Queen Midnight.
it seemed like it kind of forced her hand that this was the only route to
Queen
take.
Midna, you said?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, she is in the book. I
She's
don't-
in the
Wait,
book.
She's mentioned in the book. You
Got it.
all take things so literally.
She literally
Well,
disappeared
the
with the
files
book
are in the
and then
computer.
reappeared unconscious without the book. At this point, I have been shifted to so many damn planes of reality. I would not be surprised if the book is in itself a pocket dimension.
Well, if she opened the book, she doesn't have much time.
Well, what do we got to do?
Well, there's nothing you can do. It's the person who opens the book that
Well,
is in question, fighting for their lives.
Is there anything that we can do to aid her in any such way?
Let me put it this way. The book was chained with arcane energy, locks, to keep it safe. Should anybody open those locks with their own blood, they are asking for whatever comes out to get them.
Why do I feel like this was not explained to her prior to her opening the book? I have a sneaking
my
suspicion
thing-
that they skipped the warnings at the back of the book on this one.
Well, it's just one of those things. Shall we go see the Zotaire, you were saying?
Yeah.
Lead the way.
I have never wanted to just start murdering NPCs so badly in my life.
Yeah, I tell you what, why don't you lead the way?
No, I don't think I shall.
It's not so much a suggestion as it's what's going to happen.
Thing starts walking. He ain't dealing with this shit. He is not dealing with this shit.
Dargo as well. Sweet God, Orgy, we're wasting time. Let's just go.
We get it. You're both pretty. Can measure
Yeah.
your swords later.
As y'all are making your way back to Zotaire's, you pass the pub and Artis is walking out with his book.
I walk up to Dargo. Dargo, what seems to be going on?
That's when you go speak to Mom because you know Dad.
You people in your damn
Oh, he know damn
books.
good well he could be able to smack that book out of his hand. Fucking stop it! No more books. Books bad. Burn them all. They're all evil.
Adalre, and apparently Genevieve here, went to find Bastion. He was not in his cell. Guard's dead. Adalre found him. He convinced her to open this black book with her blood, and now her life force is tied to that book or whatever. We're going to see Zoltan. There you go. You're caught. Let's go.
Do we see any guards along the way back?
Not until you get closer to where Zotaire's is. There's like guards up there.
Cool. I go tap two of them and say, hey, you might want to go fucking check on your prisoner because all of the guards who were previously there have been dead for a little while now.
Imagine that smell.
Yes, sir. And they just.
Who is running these guys?
You
Wait,
arrive.
I know the centaur who's who's getting mad at banging a spider lady.
You arrive in Zotaire's keep. Loft area opens up as normal. Zotaire is kind of at the main kind of small podium desk area that he works at as you all arrive in, standing at.
Is there a table we can put Belray on?
Yeah, I just put it on his desk. Just walk over to his desk. Don't care what he's doing.
Just
lay
shove
her down.
everything off of it and
Zoltaire would have a situation.
Ah, yes, it would seem you do. Why is she unconscious?
why do you have a book of black that is somehow super duper evil? Like, why is that a thing?
We have plenty of books that are super duper evil in our library.
Okay, and then
Well,
why is it that? Okay, there's a lot of things I need to talk about. One, do you know of any way to fix this?
If it's associated with the Book of Black, then no.
awesome.
Second, the guards who were guarding the prisoner
Yes?
have been dead for a little while now. How have you not noticed?
You're talking about your prisoner Baston.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. The one that you had about 4 guys standing outside of, and they have been dead for at least a couple hours.
Yes.
Do you even have a captain of the
To a
guard?
night.
No, he died during the Spider Queen fiasco.
Of course he did.
Who took over for him?
Still in work. You know,
Your-
before you all arrived at Tahale, we kind of had a peaceful workaround. And since you've been here for less than a week, I've had half of my guard killed, and
Your fault. Don't even try to put that on us. Your fault.
also more complications arriving in and out of Tahale.
Cool. First, once again, I will say your baby mama drama caused your half of your men to die, not us. We secured the 2 things that you wanted us to secure. And now, the princess from the Feywild, who was brought in here and who you were kind of like supposed to be doing stuff with, is now unconscious due to a book that was readily available
Actually,
at your
I
library.
spoke with Falamir last night, and the artifact that I sent Orgy and the others to secure is no longer with her because they did not secure it.
Fang just slowly turns to Orgy. What?
Dargo looks to Artis. I thought you left it with Falamir.
No, we left it with Oam, because Orgy had stormed out after Coffee took Sulk, and
Redirect that anger.
I had to follow Orgy, and we left Oam with the guardian of the artifact to protect it.
Well, it seems you failed.
So,
No, we went and we did what we had to do. The threat was over.
So
They
where
were
is
left
Owen and the artifact then?
totally not of my control. So
just so I'm tracking, Coffee turned evil and her boyfriend, husband type person, whatever, though, the only other person really who knows her, you leave after he morphed into some other weird being. And that totally tracked.
hey, you only got so many resources available at the moment. So plus, I mean, I got teleported away.
Yeah, it wasn't like we left of our own accord. We were summoned by a satyr.
You just said that you chased. Well, let me rephrase this. Artis here just said that you chased after Coffee and then he chased after you. and then you were summoned by a goat.
Yep.
Am I? I just I.
It
I
was
literally just go
very
like,
weird.
Look, it's pretty simple. It was
You
secure
failed.
when we left. What happens after that is not my concern or my problem.
You were supposed to bring the artifact back here.
Well, the lady at the church didn't want to give it up.
And she didn't want to come with us.
Probably because she sensed that Oam was evil?
But why
Well,
would Owen be evil? He's been helping us out.
No.
Kind of.
Mio has been helping you out. Oam has his own agendas.
how the hell does he know about him?
yeah, cool. Thanks for the heads up.
How do you? How do
Again,
you know Oam?
I've been debriefed by Falamir.
I mean, all I'm saying is there was no effort on lady's part to say anything or whatever. She said she didn't want to leave and she wasn't giving it up. I'm not going to waste my time trying to convince people. So,
What are we supposed to do? Kidnap her?
how about you just shut your mouth, fix this here lady,
I
And
already
then-
told you I cannot fix her.
we'll be out of here.
All right. Let's. You need to establish whoever you need to establish for your next line for your to fucking make a goddamn chain of command for your damn guards, so that way whenever you have some shit go off like this, you don't have 2 to 4 dead guys standing outside of a prisoner's cell when he just up and disappeared. And 2, it probably would be a good idea if you're going to have books of mass evil or that can do this kind of shit to probably have those like locked away. Not
They
just,
were
like, chilling?
locked away.
Then we might need to check the library for more dead bodies.
Or maybe just make it harder for people to escape their quote unquote confinement.
That too. Like there are multiple steps here.
How about this?
Do realize the captor that you brought is not a normal captor.
Yeah, but here we are
Painfully
in a
aware.
city
Painfully
that's not a
aware.
normal city. So maybe, just maybe, you'd be able to handle the situation. But apparently not.
I do not believe my abilities go out to the extent of defending the city against a dragon. I believe
Fine,
my
but the
resources
dragon,
are
he's not like-
limited in that regard.
He's not like a dragon yet. She like soul of dragon, sure, but like
Oh
you can't look
no.
to Genevieve. You can't like turn
Do
into
not
a
be
dragon off the top of a
deceived.
dime, right?
He and his sister can both turn into a dragon at any moment.
And
Cool.
you knew of this for how long?
Everyone knows of this.
Literally none
We
of us knew
didn't.
of this.
Yeah.
Did you ask them?
Why would I ask them that
Regardless, the fact that they have not turned into a dragon to eat your faces off is beyond me.
Right. Cool. Anyway, tell us how
I've
to.
never wanted
Is
to
there a
open
way
a
to
door and
find
walk
this
away,
book? How about that? Let's go with that. Is there a way to find the book? Can we find this book that we need to apparently do something to help her because you're fucking useless?
He
Or
points at $1. The book is inside of her.
Oh my god. Going to assume
Argo looks over at
Not
Orgy.
physically.
We're not cutting her up.
files are in the computer.
Right.
Well, can we get it out?
No. The only one that can do it is the princess, and you can just wait and see. She'll either
Wait,
die
what
or
about-
not die.
Hold on. If
What
we
about-
had, let's say, somebody who could get into her mind, would that be able
Actress.
to do something?
Do you see her current state?
Yeah.
Are you suggesting risking someone else to be in the same state?
Yes.
Sure. Because
Fine.
at this point,
Then at
we have
that
a-
point, if you have someone that has those capabilities, then sure.
We need to make a trip back to Fort Demon's Creek.
he's here. I was drinking with him last night. I think. Yes.
Did he
Yes, I
stay?
was. I vaguely remember us walking into rooms, so I want to say he's still here.
We're talking about Acris, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay.
I'll go grab him. You guys just
The others, you can
sort
go
this.
sort out the library and see if you can find any other information.
Yep. Artist is gonna head to the library. Dargo, would you like to come with me so I can investigate this library?
Can you be my bodyguard? Because I don't want to die.
I'm in danger. Wait a minute. Hold on. Isn't so? If they're all dragons, is his sword not doing any crazy shit?
No.
I will never understand your fucking backstory. I will never understand your goddamn bullshit. Right.
Beyond that, Dargo.
Just for S and G's, Genevieve will accompany you two as well to the library.
Okay.
Sounds good.
What's Orgy doing?
Yeah.
Standing there mad that he can't cut open this
Go ahead.
princess to get this book.
Just thinking about in what order I'm going to kill the 3 of these people. Is it going to be the 2 dragon bitches and then this guy, or is it going to be
And
this
then
guy
what?
first, or is it going to like be one sibling, then this guy, then the other sibling to kind of like separate it a little bit? I don't know yet.
So that they can suffer some more.
Turning the centaur into just a half a horse and
Yeah.
mostly a horse and half a man.
Sounds good, Orgy. I start to walk off towards the library.
So Fang, you make your way back to the tavern. Acris apparently arrived after all of this drama, and he's at the bar just drinking some mead.
I would put that down if I were you.
Ah, Fang, there you are. I was almost worried.
Yep. So, get you up to speed.
I'll do you one. And he like taps your mind. Ah, yes.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Did you just mind rape him?
First off, all right, I don't appreciate that. Secondly, I did not give consent. Always give
Yeah,
consent, sports
good
fans.
God.
Secondly, wouldn't he have known that Vladimir could turn into a dragon at some point?
I mean, essentially, yes.
I
There's
didn't
a
hear
lot
word
of
that.
holes in this plot.
Yeah. Everyone knows that they can turn into dragons.
Ugh, you're the
Except that's
second.
paranoid.
How are they not trying to murder him?
Who? Oh,
Either of
y'all
those
haven't
two.
asked. No one's asked any information.
No, I mean like literally. How is she? Because that was like the whole thing of why Pixel got immediately obliterated.
She knows
Like, he got turned
that
into
the
the past
thing
tense.
because she looked at Acris when she was explaining it to like Artis and Dargo and them. Like she knows what's in Acris.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. So he fucking reads my mind without consent.
Mhm. Like Jean Grey on her normal day. No, Emma Frost
I
on
would-
just the norm.
I would really appreciate it if you don't do that from now on.
I mean, as much as I would have loved you to explain that thing, it's too early.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even.
So you want me to try and communicate with the princess? Is that it?
Pretty much. And do you happen to know of any way? I don't know. Would you be able to dive back into fucking Vladimir's mind as well?
I mean, yes.
That'll be after we handle the princess situation, because I would really like to know what the hell, how he got out of his cell to begin with, and how those guards ended up dead. Because if he didn't do it, or doesn't remember doing it, then who the hell did?
Well, it seems like we have some investigation to do.
Fang just kind of like just rolls his shoulders like, all right, let's go. And then starts making his way back to where we left it already.
So shortly thereafter, Fang and Akris arrive at...
Orgy, Akris, Orgy.
He makes his way over to Adalre, kind of like sets himself down. She cannot give consent right now. Is it okay if I try and do the mind thing, Fang, or...
We really go to have a
yeah, it's
discussion
for
about
medical
consent.
reasons.
For medical reasons, then yes. However, in the future, don't play like this is total. If somebody just ran up and like copped a feel without asking, would you be totally cool with that?
What?
Don't ask that question. You seem like you have some kinks.
And he just like...
Seem like you have some kinks. Is there a way that you can pull me in as well?
It might not be safe.
At this point, it's kind of she might already be on death's door. Honestly, what else do I have to lose?
Your mind. Take a seat.
I feel safe in risking him.
He just smiles at Orgy. Oh, I hate you too. He takes his seat. He like pulls out a chair. He's like, why do you even have normal chairs in here? Sits down.
You have to have everything available for other elvish people, Fang. You have to be...
Horse chair. So Fang sits there and he kind of like leans back in the chair. All right. Ready when you are.
Right, and he taps your mind and taps hers in an instant. Fang's body like drops to the ground. Akris is...
I fall to the ground even though I'm sitting in a chair.
Yeah, just like...
It's like even though I'm sitting in a chair,
There's no tail
so,
to like instinctly keep you up right now.
I'm just sitting down. I'm like leaning in a chair, like falling asleep.
It's cool.
All right, fine. You don't fall down. I walk over and I poke you.
Gotcha. That was for the first time. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Told you I'd get you eventually. Win.
Akris's eyes turn black, and then right before Fang hits the ground, him and Akris vanish in their spots, and the chair's like boop, knocked over.
No point for you.
Dang it, it didn't hit. At the library, you three arrive.
Do I see, is there like a librarian or anybody in there that we can question?
There is the tiefling woman, to which artists would recognize, behind the counter, just looking over some scrolls and things.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can notice any magic or magical, like any of these magical books or anything?
Sure.
It's gonna be a 26.
The whole library looks like a giant Christmas tree. There's a lot of magic books in this area.
Okay. Well then, I look at Dargo. It's gonna be a lot harder than I thought this would be. Apparently this whole area is filled with magic.
Of course it is. And then Dargo is going to make his way to the tiefling woman. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm Dargo, artist, and Genevieve. We are wondering about an incident that happened last night to today sometime involving the Book of Black. How it could have came into someone's possession.
Come with me. And she leads you up to the top cove where there's a bunch of different books kind of like sat on a table, and she walks you down this like very long hallway that leads to an even more suspicious looking darker cove to which there's like books and other things. Um, and she stops. It would appear the Book of Black was taken from the restricted section last night.
We already knew that. How is the process originally supposed to take this? Because it's a super evil book.
Do you
Can
have
I do-
arcane talent, Dragonborn?
No.
You
That's
probably
this one's
cannot
job.
see it then. Here, this should help. And she taps the side, and you see what starts out as like 1, then 2, then 3, like thousands of different arcane symbols just start to like glow in front of this passageway into the restricted section. This is one of the most complex arcane puzzles known to man. And the prisoner was able to complete it in mere seconds.
But he's a dragon. So.
Yes, well, as they are saying.
Artist, do you have any thoughts?
So you let the prisoner into the restricted section, knowing he was a prisoner.
No, I let him into the library.
But then how do you know he took the book?
Because it was informed after I spoke with Soter.
I don't know. This place's security is very lacking.
Well, you can try and get into the restricted section. Go ahead, try.
I feel like it doesn't matter how I roll. I walk up to the puzzle.
The symbols, as you see them in their arcane energies, appear as like small glyphs, and they change randomly in position every couple of seconds.
Arcana check.
Yeah, if you're trying to like, figure it out.
It's gonna be what is that? 25.
Okay. As you're studying it for a moment, you realize in order to complete the circuit, you have to initiate a certain order of the arcane symbols because some are just like decoys, they're not real. In a correct fashion before the position of them changes to a point that it messes you up, essentially. Because if you were to tap one and it changes to a different one, it eradicates it. So you see that the symbols change in roughly every 20 to 30 seconds, roughly. And there are like thousands.
So I'm gonna try and start to solve the puzzle. So how do you want me to do that? Do you want me to do checks for each section, or
Just roll a d100.
I don't have one of those.
Okay, usually it's like
I can do 5d20s.
oh gosh.
No,
No. You
just
roll it.
roll.
So you.
It should have like 10 digits. Like it should be like.
Oh,
zero.
yeah.
You
So I
roll
thought you
one
meant
of
like
those,
the
and you roll a
actual.
d10, and then you
So
add them
yeah,
up.
you roll one digit or one dice for like the 10 digit and one dice for a separate dice for the single digit.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Plus, I think D&D and Beyond might even have it. To be honest.
Yeah,
It
they
does.
do. Ooh, that's 51.
Okay. Still not high enough. You try. You're getting at it, but you get to like one point and it shifts, and the whole thing just kind of like error outs, and Falamir like looks at you. Nice try, but that's only the first layer of the wards.
Talking an awful lot of shit somebody who just had her security compromised. All I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
I'm not
Right?
there. Fang's not there, so I can't say shit. But
Yeah,
man.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm
Dargar's
gonna-
gonna look to.
I'm gonna
one
go
of
for
you.
it again. As Darga's doing that, I go for it again. 76.
Okay. She looks at you and she's like, I wouldn't. And as that happens, make a dexterity save.
Okie dokie. 23.
Okay.
Yeah, 23.
You watch as the arcane symbols that are not real start to glow in air, and this pulse kind of like races through your brain, and you take.
With the nat 20.
It's going to be half of whatever this is. You're going
Okay.
to take damage regardless. Because
Okay.
you're all dumb for some reason. You take
nothing
half
happened
of
the first time.
42 points of psychic damage, so 21.
And I thought
Erupts into your brain
that was about
and
to be
kind of
halved.
like pushes you back. Yes, the puzzle doesn't like 2 incorrect answers. Apparently, most of these things have to be explained, but you would think it would be assumed at this point. It's a restricted section.
So, Dargar's gonna be just asked. So, I'm assuming you could get by this.
Yes. I mean, it would take me some time, but yes.
So regardless, artists, security system is good, just not for dragons, which explains how Vladimir, or Bastion, whatever we want to call it, got the book. And he looks at Falamir, was anything else taken, or was it just the one book?
I did an inventory of the restricted section. There was nothing else missing besides the Book of Black. I did a complete inventory until now. Aside of the last few items I had to check off on my list, nothing was seeming to be out of order. I can finish those off and just ensure that the rest of the books are also here.
Yes, can you please do that? Dargo looks at artists. I'm not sure what more info we'll gain from this, unless Falamir can give us more in-depth detail of what is inside the Book of Black and what I don't know. Seems like there's anything we can do from anybody else, these perspectives. So maybe we should just head back and see if Fang and Akris are having much better luck. That is, if Akris agreed to help.
Yeah, I don't see anything else that we can really gain by staying here much longer.
Right. Well, I'll give word to Zotair that everything is in order if all of those books check out.
Sounds
Or
good.
you can just tell us both. Whenever you alert Zoltaire, you can just tell us.
Or Soltaire can tell us
Yeah.
when she tells him.
I mean, I would just send him a sending note.
All right.
Oh, also, I just want to point out, I know I called her Falamir, but Dargo doesn't know her name.
Oh.
We never introduced names, so I know I called her that, but I don't know her name. I never knew her name. So, anyways.
Red cop, red cop, red cop.
We leave.
Okay.
At least I leave.
Yeah, I follow.
Genevieve stays? Question mark?
Don't let her stay.
You're unconscious.
Oh, I thought you
so
turned your
it's
camera
before-
off. I was about to be like, damn.
So, I guess as we get to leaving the section we're in, I turn back. Guinevere, are you coming or staying? Imagine you come.
Guinevere looks at you, both. I mean, there's so much walking, and I don't like doing it, to be honest. Is there anything that would be different if I were to accompany you back to Zotair's, or...
Considering the fact that at least I don't trust you that much,
Most people do not trust me, dear. Don't call yourself special.
then you're coming with us.
Is there something you're going to do to stop me?
Artist
Big dragon
grabs her by the front of her shirt and slams her into the wall, pulls out the sword, holds it to her neck and says, "You're coming with us. I do not trust you."
You dare come at me with my ex-lover's sword? Do you even know which blade you hold in your hand, boy?
Kill her with it. Kill her with it.
I'm history check, I guess. I know exactly what sword I have. This is my family sword, and you don't get to question what I know about it, you filthy dragon.
Dargo would be like,
Tell me why I shouldn't slit your throat in this library.
Well, it's because that sword actually belongs to me, my dear boy.
I go unarmed strike, hilt to the head.
Go for it.
Let's see.
hey, Dargo, is your sword giving off any warnings, like any wee-woo-wee-woos right now?
That's a good question. Is it?
That's gonna be a non-natural 20.
Okay.
Does that hit?
No. She looks at you and like her hand reaches up and you feel this strength unlike anything you've ever felt before just like grab your hand. Listen here, boy. The only reason I have not eaten your face off is because I am playing a game much more complex than you entirely. So unless you want to recheck yourself, I suggest you learn how to treat a lady. And she lets go.
Dargo walks up and he gets in
I-
between them.
Before he does that, Artist takes a step back and takes her and kind of like throws her to the floor as he lets her go, and I just walk out.
She casts
just kinda, like,
Witch's
do a
Bolt on
360.
you.
Is that
That's
just
a 28, and you take
oof? Yeah, that
immediately
hits.
49 points of damage. Lightning damage. And she stands up. I will activate this again.
Oh wait. Oh no.
Every
Yeah, it was
6 seconds, boy. Leave my presence.
Artist kind of stands there like just seething with rage and just
3 seconds.
1,
walks out. Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
And yeah, I'm gonna use Thunder Step and to leave.
That's just destructive.
And that's gonna be at 4th level.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a Constitution save.
Is that going to be
19?
a Dargo as well?
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna be it's gonna be half damage.
Okay. Oh, it's like when a kid's having a little tantrum, like,
That's gonna
"Come
be
get my last
14.
word." 14 points. Oh, that's cute.
Does Dargo have to make a save on that?
If he was in within 15 feet, yes.
Yeah, probably gotta do
I
it
mean-
for Falamir as well.
Hey,
She makes
dude, he's
it.
fucking you up too.
What was the saving throw?
Racial slur.
Constitution.
I was going to say, yeah, he insults you, dirty dragon. Like, whoa. I don't think you can say that.
All right, cool. That's with advantage on the blind, deafened, or incapacitated. What am I doing? I'll just do it here. $17.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. Half of 17.
What's that?
That'd be 5 or no, that wouldn't be 5. Jesus, I'm bad at math.
I thought you said it was 14 for half damage.
No. So I rolled 17, and he succeeded.
So
So it's 8.5 is half of 17.
So
Should be-
8. And I'm outside the library.
Genevieve just looks at you. Be careful with the company you keep, Dragonborn.
I apologize about that. What came over him, I was just going to simply ask you to stand in our presence, since we trust you, just to verify, but I can understand now if you don't want to. I would be foolish enough to force you.
You know, actually, I shall accompany you back, Dargo.
Sounds good. Let's make our way there. And walk out.
Weird how asking nicely can sometimes work. Then again, I have a sneaking suspicion I know why she's now all of a sudden following. You want to slam the doors in my house? Okay. Okay.
Why should I not fight a dragon? That's why you shouldn't fight a dragon.
Well, no, let's be clear. Most dragons aren't that hard until you get bigger.
This is a dragon lady who can then turn into a person. And
It's
then in
possessing
Yeah.
back
one.
of their. This isn't a person that can turn into a dragon. This is a dragon that can turn into a person. I want you to understand what I'm saying.
Superman
Yeah,
as
no, I
Clark
got
Kent.
it.
Yeah. Perfect example. You just essentially tried to stab Wonder Woman. You were like, "You're coming with me." You're like, "No, I'm not." Yeah, you are.
Oh gosh.
Take your fucking hand off me. Grabs your hand, says, "Do that shit again," and you're gonna get hit. And then you're like, "Eh." And then you thunder step away like a fucking child.
Oh
Man,
gosh.
you gotta be hurting too. There's no way. Like
I know he
there's
took a
no way
lot
you
of
have that much
damage,
health.
and I did not
took,
take
like-
it easy with the. I took it easy with the psychic damage, but I did not take it easy.
Let's say
with
that
the...
door had to hurt like an SOB, and then she just electrocuted the shit out of you.
But yeah, you three arrive back at Zoterre's keep not too long after. You see a very perturbed Orgy, just like, is this done yet kind of look. But other than that, within the realm of Adalre's mind, for the past, let's say roughly 10 hours, you've been fighting for your life just to like stay above ground. The moment your blood connected to the book, there was such a evil, dark presence that made itself known, that you almost like lost yourself in that exact moment. And from there, you've just kind of been trying to focus long enough to make out which ends up, down. You can't really tell, but it's been a long struggle within this book, and what feels like eternity. Finally, Akris and Fang arrive in your space, and for a moment you don't think that they're real because your mind's been playing tricks on you for time on end, and you just think that they're other manifestations and other trickery that has been shown to you, which I won't go into detail, but it hasn't been nice.
Yep. She's kind of
I've
looking at them
stabbed
a
Fang
little,
12
little.
times already.
I've stabbed Fang
You-
so many times.
You are the 8th Fang the last since I can recall.
Nope. She's kind of looking at them a little bit bewildered, and she's got a sacred flame ready in her hand, like ready to attack them.
Fang's immediately like, "Whoa, hey, easy, easy. Dalray, you get to help."
Now, have these manifestations have tried to talk to me?
Yes. Lots of them tried to trick you. Lots of them interweaving into your mind threads to bring out people that you know, to see if that will get a rise out of you.
But the hobbits is big tricks.
Noted, probably Fang's, I'm not here to hurt you thing has been used like 20,000 times by other people that you've known in your
Kill
life. At this point, you're
Um,
hard for convincing, if that's any consolation.
Murder.
She casts sacred flame.
Oh gosh.
You win.
Make a
Dexterity
dex save. Yep.
All right. Yay. All right.
Do it.
That is going to be an 18.
The save was a 19.
Ooh.
So you take 11 points of radiant damage.
So this radiant damage beads into your Fang shortly after
Oh, no.
you're like,
Oh, okay. Don't know why I got hit with that.
it's fine.
Okay, so
I was gonna say
These
did he get hit, or
manifestations,
was it
like-
just me?
Normally, after you hit them, they kind of vanish. So by Fang still being present,
like
it's
just
a
like,
good start. It's a good
like,
start
you know,
or a
across the-
new chapter in the ruses.
I-
the sacred flame that's in her hand, she kind of like closes her fist and it disappears. She's still looking at them a bit cautiously. Fang, is
yeah.
that really you?
Yes. Yes. Why? Never. I'm not even going to bother asking the question. Yes, it's me. You remember Acris?
Why are you here?
Your body's unconscious out there because you decided to open a book the Book of Black with your blood?
Yes.
Dummy.
They still haven't met.
Long story short, we're here to try to get you out of the body, considering it seems the two dragon siblings are causing a ruckus and murdering guards without actually knowing them. But look, long story short, I'm trying to get you out of here. Acris is here to help in any way that we can.
I rolled a 14 for insight.
I would like to persuade if possible.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check.
That's performance ball persuasion. That is going to be a 24.
Okay. Also, a Dalre roll at advantage because your insight would probably be at peak.
25.
Oh gosh. So it's up to you whether or not you believe this Fang.
Murder him!
You hit me with another sacred flame, I swear to God.
What are you gonna
No,
do? You're gonna take it. That's
Turn her into a soul trinket and then carry her ass out. We will figure out how to backward manufacture that shit later.
great. She's not in a book
so-
anymore. She's in a coin.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put the coin on the body. I'll go to Calamir. I'll be like, yo, can you put this inside of her?
So
Put it on her eye.
you
Just right there in the
see
forehead.
you see that she's still kind of looking at you cautiously. But
Being still.
she kind of like, you could see her shoulders kind of like relax a little bit.
Fang, make a wisdom save.
That is a 16.
Okay. Behind you, a hand appears on your shoulder as you're
On-
tensed up.
On
Right
my
there.
shoulder?
Yeah.
Do I recognize the hand?
Yes. Adara, you don't
Who-
see anything. Just to.
Whose hand is it?
You see Hope.
This is getting real spacey.
This is getting real. I don't like this. I don't like any of this. Now, is this pre-Dark God Hope or is
Yeah,
this
like
post-Dark God Hope?
pre.
Pre.
Pre
Okay.
before the black extensions.
Look, before the black tips, before the goth phase.
Yeah.
Fang kind of turns and is like, Hope.
Fang,
What
why
are
are
you-
you here?
He turns and is like looking at her now. Wait, can I do like some sort of check to like see if I would know if she's real or not?
Do a. We'll go with insight.
Insight. Okay. Come on, baby.
That one.
Thank God, no. That's a 17.
Okay. As you kind of move into her a little bit, she seems corporeal, like physically present.
Fang is just like fuck and kind of draws a sword. Do I still have my weapons? Actually, let me ask that question.
Yeah, you still have everything on your person.
Okay, so everything. So I'm like, okay,
that
cool.
you've imagined on your person, like you know.
Yeah. So I draw my sword and then just kind of like
gigantic axe. You're like,
I draw a
like-
super sword now. Ha ha! Sword whip. Ha ha! 30-foot reach all the way around. Full anime shit. I draw the sword and then just kind of like pass it through like that, like the arm. Does it like go through or does it hit?
If you're going like slow, it hits just solid. Just
You're not real.
a bit of
I saw
blood
it.
starts to trickle down from where the blades cut her skin.
Burn her, you monster.
No. You were taken. You changed. You're not here. You're not here. You're not here. He's losing his shit a little bit.
Fang, you're not supposed to be here.
Oh, you're not wrong about that one, princess. Why are you here then?
To help you, of course. That's how you trained me.
Fang is gonna take a step back away from her.
Okay.
Is she moving any closer, or is she staying where she was at?
She's saying where she was at.
Chris, do you see her?
Don't hear a response back from him. He's kind of like looking at Adalray.
Does Dalray hear this going on? Like,
Nope. Just a whole shmesha schmeal things are happening.
Like so I'm backing up towards Adalray right now. Like I'm
Okay.
now kind of like backing up towards her.
As they get into your peripherals, you see that like Akris is like mumble talking to Adalray to try and like calm her down. Sounds like Peanuts, freaking Charlie Brown, adults.
Oh, the like wah. Okay. So we're not supposed to. It's just essentially just being like you're not here. You were taken. You're not here.
Thing, you do not have much time. You have to go.
How?
I don't know. The connection's pretty strong.
We sever it.
But the book will want to keep you here.
Where is it? We can destroy the book, or I don't know, break it.
It's not that simple. It's not physical.
Okay, right. Well,
And as she's trying to like coerce you, also outside of your peripherals, you see other forms of dagger start to appear, except these are the post possession forms.
post Dark God. Good.
Each one of them like twirling a blade in their hand as they slowly start to walk in towards you.
Okay. Delray, princess.
Dalray, make a Arcana check. And I need it to be good.
bring out the real dice then.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Don't
God.
fail me now.
Yeah, got to bring out the dice I can lie about.
Oh!
Unnatural 20.
Okay. You get a sense from Fang's location, and he kind of like reappears to you a bit. And the only sense you sense is that he's in danger. Similar to how you've been here for X amount of years, however long, you're familiar with that sense of this creeping danger that will kind of like seep in on you and trying to catch you with your guard down. Um,
Adalre is gonna pull out her rapier and charge him, kind of grab him by the shoulder and pull him back, and kind of get him behind her.
Okay. As you touch him, um, the manifestations of those darker hopes, dagger presences, are all kind of like seeping in on you. You two.
So I can see them now?
You can't see the normal hope, but you can see all the other ones.
This person's
Thanks.
unfamiliar to me.
Wish she was unfamiliar to me now. Thang's is gonna do a big sweeping sword swing to try to like clear him out.
Okay.
Just
As you're doing that, the fake ones just like fall off one by one. More are appearing, but you know, it's just taking a quick swipe to get them out of the way.
you have any way to? He's swinging. Do you have any way of keeping these things back?
She is going to cast protection from good and evil.
Okay.
And she's just gonna pat Fang on the shoulder. See if this helps.
As you do it, you see as all the hopes just kind of like stop at a perimeter and don't draw any closer. But since you're now concentrating on that, Adalre, other demons are starting to come out from your presence and drawing closer towards you.
Damn it.
I mean, Fang's gonna keep swinging. Or is that gonna negate the spell?
I think it's just a check for them if they try and enter into it.
What's Akros doing during all this?
You see him off in the distance, kind of like fighting off
You got this, guys.
his own demons. More or less just fighting air at that point.
Okay. I guess I start moving towards him, kind of trying to drag him back to Adalre.
Okay. You get close to him, and he recognizes you and almost goes to like swing at you, but then stops, holds short. All of you make a perception check.
23.
23.
Okay. The visions that y'all are seeing kind of like fades, save for that hope that you saw, Fang. And off in the distance, there's this light that hasn't been there the entire time, Adalre, from what you can tell.
She kind of points it out to Fang. Are you with me?
Right behind you. Akros, come on.
They're gonna book it.
As you move towards the light, it's bright and brighter as you get closer. And once your eyes adjust, you know, Akros taking a little bit longer because he's a drow. you see Oam like standing there and looking at the three of you.
Great. And you two have no idea who this person is. Oh, is that? Oh, please don't be another kid. Oh, don't be a fake. Oam?
Fang, what are you doing here?
You know this person.
Yeah, or at least a version of him.
What was his name?
Well, the one I know was Milo. This is his other half, Oam.
Oam, you say?
Yeah.
I
Oam?
think he has some explaining to do then.
Yeah, Oam, do you know where you are right now?
Yes, do you all know where you are? That's the real question.
Well, I'm in her head right now, technically. But I believe we're inside the Book of Black.
Yes, it would appear you all are. Yes.
So
how
then
did
why are
get in
you here?
I'm not here. I just know that you're here.
Oh.
The artifact that I now am in possession of allows me to see multiple arcane objects that are out there.
Which we're going to need to know it. We'll discuss that later. Do you know how to get out?
Yes, I know how to get you out. What
So
brought
can we
you
do
in
that?
here in the first place? This is a very dark book. And he's kind of like looking at you, Adalre.
I have my own personal reasons.
Well, if you expect me to help you, you're going to have to be a little bit more forthright.
I'm gonna be quite honest. I barely know you. So why would I even trust you to begin with? Not to mention, for the past 10 hours, I have been fighting for my life,
Yes,
fending off my inner demons.
In a book, you don't even know what its capabilities are.
Look, we can discuss this when we get out of here. But for
Yes.
now, when
It's all connected to her, Fang.
like her, or like any points to it already, or like her.
He like looks, her. And he just like points at Adalre.
Do I see? Is Hope still behind us?
Yeah, she's still there.
And Adari still can't see her, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Adari looks to you, Fang. What other person would you be talking about?
My first princess. I hate to burst your bubble there.
All right. Yes, I do recall you saying that you worked with royalty before.
She's standing there. He's just looking, almost like he's looking into the middle distance, but it's like he's staring at her, but obviously no one else can fucking see her.
Can Adore sense someone behind them? Like,
I mean, you can roll insight or arcana check, but you don't get anything from that area.
hold an 18 plus 2 for arcana, so that'd be an unnatural 20.
Okay. Nope. Fang just sounds like he's crazy. Well, not sounds.
So Adara kind of just like shrugs off, like, okay, it maybe just be the book playing tricks on him, like. But she kind of looks to Oam. There was some information I was looking for.
Okay.
What else is there to tell?
The information?
And why would you want to know?
I don't want to know. I just need to know what the information is. Let's not be coy.
Queen Midna, if you must know.
Why would you be looking up information about her?
Again, that's my personal business.
Well, Princess, it seems you've gotten yourself into a pickle. The book that you opened, the Book of Black, uses your blood as a catalyst to kind of link you to the book. Unless you find out your information, you will not leave this plane. However, since you have no idea who I imagine Queen Midna is, since that's why you opened the book in the first place, it's going to be a very long time. However, if I give you a seed of knowledge, my dear, might speed up the process.
Very well.
And his like astral essence kind of like comes into y'all's space, and it's more or less just him, but glowing in light, see-through, obviously. Fang, how much do you know about your friend Mio?
Not much, if I'm being honest.
Right. Did you know he's an Asimar?
Yes, I knew that much.
Do you know I'm an Asimar?
Yes, I guess.
Right, well, this is good. This will help. Alright, Princess, what exactly do you want to know about this woman?
Just anything about her, really.
Okay, well, she has long white
Technically,
hair.
possibly how to stop her.
There we go.
Actually.
More specifics. And you watch as the darkness area that you are in kind of starts to like fill with essence, essentially. Like things start to grow into actual forms, and slowly images start to appear to you, Adalray, in that presence. And because Fang and Akris is also there, they can also see it. However, Oam cannot. Okay, what else do you need to know?
Maybe where she originally came from.
And in that moment, the image of like her home area becomes. Ooh, there's little children running around.
Tiny humans. We'd like to take this opportunity to remind you, if you have not already hit that little heart at the bottom of the screen, please think about doing so. We've just recently started this channel up, and we would love it. So much of you helped us push to affiliates.
That.
But yes, the more you describe Adalray, the more it starts to like beat into existence there. And Oam is kind of just serving as your focus in that point. But overall, you get a general idea of like where she's from, where she came from, and things of that nature. And you said something about stopping her.
Yes.
Are you sure you want to know this information?
If I want to save my home, yes.
Very well. Make a intelligence saving throw.
Oh no. $18.
Okay. In that moment, your mind becomes alive. It's like it's wired in that instance, and you begin to get fed everything about Queen Midna, just thought after corrupted thought, just entering into your mind one after another, without stop, without a seemingly end. And over the next course of the next minute or two, Fang, you watch as Adalre can't really move in her spot. It's almost as if she's paralyzed in that moment. And then finally, it stops and things click. And you breathe for the first time there, Adalre. And it would seem that you've gotten what you wanted from this book. You know everything about Queen Midna. You know what her goals are, what her intentions are. However, in that process, she's also very much aware of you and what your goals are and what your intentions are. And Oam kind of like looks at you, and his astral form like dissipates. And you all are kind of like in that area, that Midna realm, before you blink, and Fang, you're on the ground. Adalre, you're on the table, and Akris is at his seat. As the rest of you watch as they all come back into their own consciousness. Go, you're muted.
Yep.
Sorry, kids. I have to mute myself. Yeah, Adalre's like she sits up, but she kind of like rubs her head a bit. Oh God. And she kind of realizes she's laying on a table. Sees the two of them in the chair. This is not where I was originally.
Argo
Fang
walks
is-
over, helps Fang up. No, Bastion brought you to us, and we brought you here to Zoltaire for trying to help. How assume everything was successful and with us and alive.
You could say that it was successful. I got the information I wanted.
It's good. Does it help?
Oh, also 1 inspo to Corvi and 1 luck to Paul.
Yay!
Yes, I saw that.
What? That was posted like ages ago. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all could have totally
Fine, too.
used that.
I still have 3 luck points, so if I fucked up and he rolled badly, I was gonna use it.
Okay.
Trust me, I knew it was there. Anyway, Fang is, after standing up, is going to pick up his chair that for some reason is collapsed on the floor, and then sit down and just kind of so we saw Ohm. He was there. It seems whatever it is that you left him with allows him to see special artifacts. So that's new.
Seems he might be a problem after all, I suppose.
Adalre sees Orgy. Another friend of yours, Fang?
Oh, Orgy, Adalre, Orgy, Princess of the Fae,
Friend is not the term that we would use.
Warmongerer of the Tabaxi.
Oh gosh.
I see.
Unofficial title.
Pleasure.
I mean, am I wrong?
Well, at least it's a pleasure for some. You've been a bit of a problem. and you weren't even conscious.
He likes to measure his dick at all opportunities.
Oh, it's okay. It's bigger than yours, we know. You'll get over it.
Fang is not responding. Fang is literally just like holding his head like, ow.
Adare kind of is thinking to herself. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, it looks like I have some hunting to do.
So we're done here
Actually,
then?
Before that happens, I have a few questions about your visit with Vlad.
What do you want to know?
Well, were the guards dead when you arrived, or was that happened afterwards?
It happened after we left the cell. They let us
Just-
in.
Did you see who did it?
No.
But can you tell us for sure that it wasn't the dragon that did it?
I can't say who did it,
Is there a
unfortunately.
Is there a reason you didn't alert anyone? The dead guards?
Well, to be quite frank, I would assume that they'd be switching shifts there soon, and I had information I needed to look for. I cannot waste time on reporting dead gods.
Fang now like sits up, like he was kind of like doing one of these, and now he's like, you didn't have time to report that the prisoner that was there that he had escaped.
Yes.
And then you also didn't feel it was necessary to say anything about it when you, I guess, bumped into him at the library?
No, because he was with me at the time.
Right. Well,
It's making it very difficult to seem like you weren't the one who did it.
To be fair, not that I'm defending the princess, but I do need to get on her good side. You all have done relatively nothing to help her in her current state, and you've only been meandering around Tahale for the whole day. Had
'Cause
the
last-
boy there that doesn't
You
have that
shut the hell
squiggly
up.
in his mind
You
not been present, you all would have watched her die. And
Because
that is
your
the...
fucking brother decided to give the book in the first place.
Yes, he did.
Who also really didn't do much either, to be honest.
Just as that one has the blade of my ex, that one has a war-constructed weapon of mass destruction at his hilt. You all possess things you know nothing about. Nothing. And the moment it goes off, the moment you prick your finger, you come whining, and it's very bothersome. Learn what you have on you. That is what we got ourselves into this predicament in the first place. Had my brother not meddled, you know...
yeah, so see, the way I see it is your brother's part of the problem.
You're a part of the problem, rat, cat.
I have no issues here.
Then why are you here?
Or he just turns on heel and leaves.
Exactly. You can't even talk to each other. Ridiculous.
I mean, it's all just to serve an end point. So.
Zotair's just like standing there like... This isn't how I want to start my day.
I mean, yeah. Seem,
Dang. Yeah, Fang just leaves. He's not dealing with this dumb bitch. Like he's over it. The whole she's on thin ice with him to begin with for impersonating a dead friend, and then so now her popping off at the lip. He's like, I'm not dealing with this woman. Dragon or not, she can fuck off. I helped her once.
So where are you
Last
all
time-
headed?
I'm heading back to the bar.
Lara's heading back to the library.
Okay.
oh boy. She ends up in another coma. We leave her to die.
This time she opens the book of white.
I don't care what book it is.
This one needs
I'll-
the tears of true love. True love's tears.
I'll bury her under a bookshelf. I don't care. She's dead.
Dargo and Artis?
Artist just glares at her and walks out.
Dargo just looks at her. Look, I can understand your frustration. But in all fairness, you throw these accusations as we know nothing, but you don't offer any knowledge to help us either. You are just as much of the problem as you are not the solution.
Accusations? I played witness to your elven friend popping off at me, throwing a fit, if you will.
And I've apologized for that already.
You should not have to apologize for your insolent fools.
Well, as you mentioned, he is the companion I keep, so he sort of represents our group in a way. We all represent each other.
I suggest, if y'all are to stick together as a team, to do things more together and not all separate as you have been. If you want to find out information, then find it out. There's people that know things here. You just have to ask them.
Fair enough. What people?
Myself, my brother, anyone.
Yeah, but you guys are just the worst to talk to.
Yes, and you're quite charming.
Thanks.
I am not being serious.
Oh, I didn't realize. Anyway, those beers ain't gonna drink themselves, so.
That's orgy.
Yes.
That's orgy.
Go drink yourself.
As they leave, Dargo watches. What info? Since I'm now asking, since that has to be the requisite.
Well, since you're the only one with sense and patience, I would be happy to tell you anything I know.
Let's see. Do you know anything about coffee? There seems to be a lot of unknowns there. She was with us at Fort Demon's Creek. She helped us defeat Suma and her death guards. She supposedly was at Bearmont with Origin Artists and then turned on them.
Yes, she was in the possession of the Blood Wolf Queen curse.
Okay, so she's cursed. That explains that at least.
I don't believe she's cursed anymore.
Okay, so not an issue for us at the moment. Is there anything you can tell us to help us go ahead with our original goal of the Triperian Empire to defeat Davik?
Well, currently you all need training. The Triperian Empire arrived quite a while ago, and they came with very advanced weaponry, as you probably are aware. However,
Yes.
they came with goals in mind. They didn't just come to Uvain just to see the sights. They needed what Uvain possesses to continue to feed their goals, which is empowering their machines, things of that nature. In order to do that, the Dragon Song War started. The bones of the dragons that used to fly in these parts now fuel their ships and their weaponry, and who knows what else. But that's neither here nor there. The Uvain people, if they wish to have a chance to defeat the Triperian Empire, it needs to sort out things on a much higher level, because with the Dragon Warden, they were able to eradicate dragons. So I don't see how you, a lizard, a cat, a princess, and an elf boy with a temper tantrum of a small child can do anything to fix that. They will not hesitate, especially if they're on a war-paging rampant. But suggestions is yes, you all need to train, sort yourselves. Do you even know what your capabilities are of your teammates? What their limits are? How much they can take?
No. I just joined the group recently. I defected from the Triperian Empire myself. And so I will be honest with you, I don't 100% know.
Well, I'm sure they'd be more than willing to show you. Anything else?
What are your goals? What drives you? You mentioned earlier that you were playing your own game.
Yes. I'm not sure if you find it much interest, but my brother assisted in a lot of things that are just not good for dragonkind. Because of this, we have come at a impasse where our views do not quite align with themselves. My brother has his own agendas, and I have mine. I cannot bring back my dragon kin, but I can at least avenge them.
So you're looking for revenge against what's been done to your kin, probably with the dragon warlocks. So by that, artist.
Potentially, but again, this is years of war condensed down to its finest, purest form. I have no intention of exciting another dragon song war of anything of that sort. However, there are plenty of artifacts out there, and more importantly, excavated iridium mines that all share my people's ancestry. If anything, I would just like to put them all at rest. As you would if any of your compatriots died and you found someone using them as a plaything.
That is fair. I can understand that. Something else I can think of that comes to mind. I'm gonna go drink as well. Join Fang and the others. I guess if you need us or need for anything, if I can rely on you potentially in the future as well.
Seems fair. I shall speak with you again, Dargo.
Bid you farewell. And with that, Dargo leaves and heads back to the tavern.
Okay. Who's headed to the library? Just Adalre or anyone else?
Yep.
That's it.
She didn't learn her lesson.
Oh gosh. So Adalre, you arrive at the library. Falamir is kind of looking over the last of those scroll stacks, and you walk in. Ah, so you are safe.
Yes. Perhaps you could help me.
Sure.
The artifact you were guarding. What do you know of it?
It's kind of an artifact that lets you see into other arcane items. Consider it as a focus to focus on different magical sorts. But it's not just ones that you're aware of, it's any of the magical items known to existence. You can pick out its location, things of that nature.
Do you know how many of these artifacts are out there?
The one that allows you to see all of them? Just the one.
No. I mean, there are different artifacts that were what was it, made from the bones of dragons or the essence of dragons.
Oh, while I was attuned to it, there was definitely more than a dozen, least of merit. There's probably more, but again, it's quite a lot of items to sort through.
Do you know if there's a list of these artifacts?
Lists aren't possibly. I could possibly construct a list.
If you would do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it.
Yes, well, I shall do my best. And she begins to, like, write down things as she's also looking through some more scrolls.
I will be at the tavern when you finish.
Understood.
Thank you. And she kind of bows her head slightly and heads back to the tavern.
Okay. Meanwhile, at the tavern, Fang, you've found yourself at another drink. Akris is there. I think that's it. I think that's all the NPCs that are meandering around.
Yeah, I get a bottle.
Okay.
Bottle up to the table, and I'm just slowly drinking. I'm also glaring daggers at the fucking bartender. This fucking guy. But yeah, I'm just kind of sitting there and I'm just kind of like replaying everything that had just happened today. A new level of like, what the fuck?
Shortly after, Orgy arrives, gets a drink. Dargo arrives, eventually gets a drink. Finally, Adalre arrives. What would you all like to do?
I tell you what I'd like to do.
Adalre
I would
is
like
muted.
to stab that stupid dragon in her stupid face. That's what I want to do. Sorry, Dargo. Nothing personal, but man, she is a see you next Tuesday, if you know what I'm saying.
Always going to grab a seat next to Fang and order a glass of wine with the bottle.
Urge to kill.
We need to. I don't even know where to begin anymore.
And thankfully, I see you made it out of the library without getting yourself stuck in another book. So that's good.
Is that his hidden talent?
Dari just ignores Orgy. She kind of sighs. I've been doing some thinking. And I don't blame you for not trusting me. I think I need to reassess my priorities. Should I have reported the dead guards? Probably. But that was not on top of my list of things to do. I need to save my home, Fang. Queen Midna is no one to mess with. She's a very powerful woman. And if I want to save my home, I am going to need help. So those are my intentions. I want to save my home. And if I can, help you all. When I got that information in that book, I found out a way of destroying her. The artifacts are the key. So do with that information as you will.
So the artifacts, the one that you currently possess, is one of them.
Yes.
You still have that, correct? And then now we know that Olim?
Owen.
Owen. Yeah, I was like, I said his name like 12 times already. Now I'm blanking on it. Owen. Owen now has one. I don't know if. Well, don't know if Artist the Sword is one. Something tells me Orgy's sword might have something to do with it. I don't know, something to that extent.
Seems to be what our next goal should be, obtaining these artifacts. When I spoke with her after you all left, and she hinted that that is the Empire's goal as well. Part of her beef with everyone is they used when they arrived dragon bones to power their equipment. Makes sense for her resentment. I would think these artifacts should be our top goal. Also, she might have mentioned us to stop splitting up, but that we'll have to deal with.
We'll cross that later. Well, I guess the other question is, do we even know where to begin looking for other pieces, other artifacts?
That's the issue. I think we're going to need to get that artifact from Owen. It'll help us greatly with our search. Now,
How so? What does it do?
it allows you to see the location of any arcane item that you wish to see.
That would be most helpful.
I'm not entirely sure what Owen's motives are for this artifact that he has. But I think that is our next course of action, is to see where Owen is.
And what do you propose we do once we confront him? I'm sure he's not going to just hand it over.
We
Well,
take
you
it by
like
force if we
stabbing.
must.
This will depend on
Well,
who's in charge between Owen and Milo.
I think that's the issue here, is certain people might have an issue if Mio is what's the word? Collateral damage.
I don't
But if you're
understand where
saying-
you're coming from, Orgy.
Well, people tend to get upset with me if I just suggest we kill whoever gets in the way. So I figured I'd just throw it out there. If Mio and Owen both die, or if one of them dies, I assume they both die. I'm just making sure we're all on board with the murder train.
Well, you said he betrayed you as well as you said he and Coffee betrayed you, correct?
Well, Owen, if I'm understanding this right, basically Owen and Mio are different people, kind of, or whatever. I don't know. Sorcery nonsense. But
We have a split personality.
It's more like two.
Two
It's like
people in
two
one
different
being?
people. It's almost like two souls,
Look,
one body.
whatever it is, I just want to make sure if you say we're going to go get this artifact and he resists, nobody has any hard feelings that
No.
blood will be spilled.
Of course, we will try to diplomatically speak with him, but yes, if he does not hand over the artifact in question, yes, we'll take it by force.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So I don't want to get ready for some action just to be griped about later. Oh, you shouldn't have murdered that child. Oh, why did you burn that church down? oh, who poisoned the water hole? Like, it happens.
As he continues listening, Zalfang is just like at first he's like, what?
Adalra just sips her wine. Like, all right. Not phased.
So long as we're all on the same page.
We are.
Plus, I
But-
might finally get a chance to use my new sword.
On the topic of betrayal, I did ask Guinevere, and she says that Coffee acquired a curse of the Witch Queen, whatever that is, and that she doesn't believe she has it anymore. So I don't think we should pursue that avenue. Just focus on our path.
She will get her comeuppance the next time we see her, be it sooner or later.
This is what
But in the meantime, if we need to go relieve Oem of things that he does not need to be in possession of, easy enough.
So this artifact, is it widely known what it does?
I couldn't tell you.
Well,
I think
just,
we should leave it safe that the Tripedian Empire knows what it does.
because now I'm wondering why Zotair wanted it. Was it simply just so it kept it out of the Empire's hands, or was he planning to use it? Or put it behind a faulty lock?
Well, the lock itself was faulty. You can ask artists about that. The fact is just they're dragons.
I wouldn't
Doesn't-
trust artists to get out of a paper bag. I don't even know what a paper bag is, but I feel like
Well-
you wouldn't be able to get out of it.
I saw the lock, and granted, I'm not schooled in the arcane arts, but it looked quite complicated to me. And Guinevere said she could do it, just take her a little extra time. I don't see why Bastion would have the same amount of experience in
If
that.
these two are so powerful, why are they sticking around?
I don't know about Bastion. Guinevere seems she just wants revenge on what was done to the people, the other dragons.
I believe it has to do with the artifacts.
Yeah.
At least that's why Guinevere is sticking around.
So why don't you
If we're
just go
talking
ask
about-
Bastion where all the artifacts are, or at least however many he made?
I don't know. She mentioned playing a game when artists flipped out on her, so I don't
If he's willing
But-
to come forward and tell us.
we can ask him. Yes.
Real quick, just a thought. So we're going to pursue Oem to get an artifact that can let you see whatever arcane item you want. Yes. And
From what I was
this-
told, yes.
And some of us possess arcane items. So he
Yes.
could be tracking us while we've tried to pursue him.
That seems logical. Yeah.
So perhaps
Yep, I see where you're coming from.
we need to leave certain items.
Thing is kind of glancing at a sword.
Or just select ones that might be more of interest to Owen specifically. If we're talking about these particular items. I mean,
Well, guess it's safe to say he wouldn't know about your god slayer, or whatever it is that she dubbed it.
I'm just saying, I mean, right, we have the space that we can leave that should be pretty secure. No?
In
The
theory.
realm.
Could be.
You,
Yes.
let me get this straight. You are comfortable enough for us to leave our magical items here, despite everything that's happened so far.
Well, funny thing with these magical items is they seem to be kind of the problem. Magic book caused problems. Other magic item. Oh, what happens? People betray us. They take it. Now they can fucking spy on us. Dragons hanging out because of magical items.
Where would we put these magical items, Orgy?
I was told I wasn't the only one that was informed about how to make it back to the other plane. We could
Other
maybe-
plane.
What are you referring to?
Calamar
Of course,
shop.
artist didn't
Art.
make it.
Calamar
What?
shop is he's referring to. Artist told me he could get back there from
Are
the
you
forge.
Who is this Calamar?
Just another
Kind
one
of.
of these kind of pain in the ass magic people.
He's kind of like almost like a patron, if you will. Kind of runs a shop in Pocket Dimension, filled with
Not
novelties.
gonna lie,
from
I
here and
don't feel
there.
very comfortable leaving our magical items with him. That
Well,
says...
he has kind of stopped me from dying twice now, so. And he was also the one that pulled us out of the spider den.
Right, because we sent her to his shop.
Yeah,
What are his intentions?
that I'm actually not sure. He
I
kind
don't
of
trust
seems
him.
more. That's
Oh.
completely understandable.
Yes.
I mean, he did
And
give
I certainly understand. So perhaps the best way to solve any issue is to go there and you can discuss it with him yourself. If nothing else, perhaps he has something that could make us less visible to Owen if he tries to find us.
Very well.
shot.
So,
So
flashlight.
how do we contact this Calamar?
Never mind. I already burned that card. Used it, I should say. You said there was a way to get to his shop, Orgy.
Yes. You actually never told me, by the way, Stax.
He would have informed you, like.
Yeah, I'm just saying, so I don't actually know. what
Essentially,
the
it's
process is.
linked to the Fort Demons Creek. There's an area there
Portal system.
that will let you go to it from there.
So we got to travel to Fort Demons Creek,
So,
then travel
yeah,
to the shop.
so
Got it.
we need to travel to Fort Demons Creek, and there is an area there where we can cross plains and enter the pocket dimension.
Well, glad at least one team was able to succeed, so at least that way we have a way of doing something productive. Well, shall we leave it first light, or would you like to try it now?
I'm ready when all of you are.
I'm good, whatever as well.
How far away is it?
Well, we have we can teleport there.
Yeah, we just have to go to
Oh.
Zoltaire's office, and we can teleport
Hold-
right there.
Hold that thought. There is one stop I need to make. She kind of like finishes up her glass of wine and sets the glass down and gets off the chair. I shall return momentarily. And she
Uh-huh.
turns and leaves.
Fang knocks back his shot and like, sure thing, and then follows her. Like, nah. And enough of this. Oh, one more thing.
Oh, hey, don't worry about it, Fang. It's women. They always have to use the bathroom before they travel.
Where's Adalri headed?
Back to the library.
Ugh.
Funny enough, as you're headed out, you bump into Falamir. She has a bunch of different scrolls at her side as she was making her way to the tavern. Oh, sorry. You told me to come find you at the tavern, and here we are.
Yes, I was actually just on my way to come see your progress, because I will be leaving.
Leaving? Oh.
Yes, the Fort Stevens Creek.
Oh, okay. Well, I found out some things, a couple of things actually, and one, there's another book not from the restricted session that is missing from the library, and two, it might be linked one of the items that you wanted me to document, the special ones, the dragon ones.
Can Orgy not hear any of this?
Fang probably would be able to. You two can make a perception check. Anything.
I was gonna
over
say, how far out the
16.
door did we get on this?
Perception.
You said there was
19.
a book
14.
missing.
Yes. It's
Which book?
kind of like deciphering artifacts. It also tells you how to reconstruct artifacts, things of artifactual nature. It's not currently at the library.
So this book is missing. And you think it's connected with the artifacts that we are searching for?
At least one of them, yes.
Which one?
There's one particular artifact that is able to deconstruct artifacts, but it's very complicated in its algorithm of attunement.
And we have no idea where this particular artifact is.
Well, when I was attuned to the one that Oam had, the last time I tracked it, it was in Vagrant City.
Vagrant City.
Were we able to hear?
Yeah.
I see.
But I needed something from you, Princess, actually.
Just a Dalray, please.
Yes, a dowry, sorry. I need to go to Vagrant City, but I don't want to go by myself. Is there any suggestions of anyone that can accompany me?
None that I can think of. Unless you would like to accompany us, but...
Well, I must go there, like, immediately.
Immediately. Well... Unfortunately, I don't know anyone that would take you there this moment.
And you said you're heading to the fort in the morning?
Either
Probably
in the
sooner.
morning or sooner.
As you're all like, probably so. Eavesdropping.
Oh yeah. Hundo percento.
Adalray knows that Fang's behind her, right?
I mean, yeah, you could probably guess after you drank, and then you heard like a similar clunk of his drink ending and movement of chair.
Fang, without even turning around.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know of anyone who could escort her to Vagrant City right now.
Vagrant City. Well, I have no real reason to see Calamar, although I'm sure he will make a comment. I'm sure I could, and could take Acros.
I just have a couple of more books and things at the library, but I wanted to tell the prince, Dolore, and I shan't be long. And she kind of like scurries back off towards.
Take your time.
Quick, let's run.
And Adara is like watching after her and still not even turning around. Do you still not trust me, Fang?
Well, let's put it to you like this. I have trusted you thus far for the simple fact of I have traveled with you to the Feywild. I jumped into your own mind to try to pull you out of the book. And now I'm finding that your care for lives outside of your own aren't exactly that high. Of course, who am I to judge? I've, well, put more men in the ground than I care to count. There's a level of trust. I don't distrust you. But if she needs to go somewhere and she needs to move quickly, well, it was once one of my specialties to do so. I would rather travel with Acaris for the simple reason of, well, he doesn't exactly have, well, he's got something in his brain that I don't think the dragons would mind taking from him.
Fair enough. And she kind of she gave Adara the list, correct?
No. She's still
Not
looking at
yet?
it. No.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's a long list of items to sort through.
But you jumping up to say I have a few more things to take care of immediately after you were brought back, well, let's just say I was a bit protective. Like I said, not the first princess on my watch.
And she kind of turns around and looks at him. I appreciate that, Fang. But I am an adult, and I can protect myself.
I'm well aware. Still stings a little on the back.
I'm just
What's so
telling
sacred about that flame, but fucking hurts.
you.
I understand.
Very well. That's all I
Fang
wanted to know.
Fang kind of nods and turns back to Acaris. For a bit of a road trip.
I am charmed that you invited me. Yes, I can accompany you.
Well, I mean, unless you want to partake in the crazy around here.
I mean, I think Dargo and Adolare can take care of the Calamar visit that is in question.
I just meant more the dragons who know you're mindful of.
Oh, well, I try not to think of them.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Meant more the two things that will murder you for no other reason than because they can.
Adolrage like just had like their back to them, but kind of smirks at the comment.
Fang just kind of sits back down and then kind of informs Dargo and Orgy of like, yeah, so I'm gonna go with the librarian, take her up there while you guys take care of that, and then we'll all meet up there.
Meet up where?
In Vagrant.
In Vagram.
Vagrant, yeah.
Is it wise to split the party?
Probably not, but he knows what he's up against, so it's his funeral.
As far as I'm aware, they're going to be looking at for, well, you lot, less so than me. By you lot, he looks directly at Orgy and Adalre. No offense, Dargo, but, well, between these two and the other one who has a dead lover on his back or on his hip, something tells me those three are going to be the ones that are going to have the most arcane focus on them.
It's fair.
Make a perception check.
Ooh.
Everybody.
All of us?
Well, yeah, you all are eavesdropping, so you all would be in relative speak space.
That is a perception. 24.
16.
Okay.
3.
Did Kevin use his computer dice?
Yeah, no. I said 14.
Okay.
It rolled.
Who
It
rolled a
should be there.
3?
I did.
Okay, everybody.
Dargo's
but-
more like, did he act? Wait, am I insulting? Am I not a threat? Are
Yeah,
people not
while
threatened
he's
by me?
distracted by that.
I have 2 swords. One catches on fire. I'm intimidating. I'm scary.
You all see off in the distance, kind of away from earshot, but just at a peak in Tahale's cove's elven branches over there. But off 2 people that you recognize to be Artis and Genevieve. And they seem to be, conversing with each other. And you watch as Artis takes Genevieve's hand and they both vanish. But you have no, context to what that's all about.
Pause. Wait. Artis
Artis.
and Genevieve. Let me make sure I'm understanding the character.
The guy with the
Dragon
sword that is from her ex-lover.
Dragon Slayer and Dragon Lady are holding hands and disappear.
Yes, it's
Got
as
it.
confusing
Wanna
as
make
how
sure-
you would have
Got
said
it.
Yeah.
Fang sees that and is like, what? Ah.
This presents a problem.
I'm.
What problem? What happened?
Did our wizard just leave with the? She just tried. Didn't she just try to murder him? We came back and his back was burned from electricity. Was that not her?
No. Yep. They definitely had a scuffle.
They
No.
just.
I guess they're making
Oh,
up.
by the gods. Let's hope that's all they're doing. Oh God.
Oh gosh.
By the gods.
Right. So more pressing with the finding Oam so we can take that stuff from him. So then we can find these 2 and then get going with other stuff. I hate hide and go seek.
I agree. It's a waste of time. We're wasting
Right.
time.
Where is this place that the library needs to go in relation to where we need to go?
Not close. Of course.
But how? Somebody said we can teleport.
Yeah, to the
Yes.
fort. There's
How?
an arcane circle
There's
that
a-
magically
oh,
teleports
okay.
you.
Essentially,
There's
in that
a
guy's
preset.
office.
A preset. Okay.
So yeah, we can. So yes, you can teleport there, and then I will travel with her to Vagrant, and by the time we get there, you guys should hopefully be done with your parlay with Calamar.
Very well,
Okay.
Fang. Take care of yourself, please.
Or not. Whatever happens, happens.
And
Two very conflicting party members.
managed to stay alive this long. What's a few more days?
That's the spirit. She kind of says jokingly.
Fang looks at Dargo and is just like, try not to. Just, just all of this.
And Fang, you feel a familiar hand on your arm this time.
Do I recognize the hand?
Yep, of course.
I turn my head.
And you see Hope.
We still can't see her, right?
Nope. This is like full on psychosis.
So Fang kind of looks, sees the hand, kind of glances a little bit, and then just kind of moves his arm. It's just like, I'm going to step outside, see if I see our librarian. Proceeds to slowly walk away from the group.
I can't perceive to be crazy in front of my friends.
Uh,
Even though
I
they're
am-
probably going to eavesdrop on me anyway.
Well, I'm walking outside. I'm going
yeah,
full
you make
on
your way
outside the
outside.
building.
Yeah.
Do I still see her?
Yep, she's following you. I mean, you know. She got your attention, so you know she's there.
Yeah. Do I kind of turn. Does she still have, like, does her arm look like, is there still a mark on her arm from where the sword was pressed against it earlier, or no?
Yeah, like, there's just that little cut that you made, but...
Well, hope you have my attention.
I see you made it out of the book safely.
Yeah, against all odds again.
It's a good thing.
I seem to be making a habit of that. How were you here?
That's very complicated, Fang. I'm not sure, in the simplest of terms. It would appear that after the goddess Shar did what she did, my essence kind of didn't have anywhere to go for a while.
Right.
But you trained me to be a fighter, and I am here to help you out, Fang. At least, as best I can.
Fang takes a silver piece out of his pocket and just kind of like flicks it towards her.
She catches it and then flicks it back at you.
Fang catches it. Sorry, I just had to make sure that you were actually there. It's been a very trying few weeks. This is not the first time you've appeared to me. And then it turned out that I'm just crazy. So.
I mean, you could possibly still be crazy, Fang.
Yeah, but at least you caught the coin, so at least I know there's some.
But the only one
form
that
of
knows that I caught the coin is you, so did I really catch the coin?
That's good enough for me.
But more importantly, you need to protect her.
Oh, it's so weird hearing you say that. Who exactly? There's been a few hers lately.
The librarian.
Not like that, but like.
I understand. The librarian, the tiefling, the female woman. You need to look after her, Fang. I know you don't exactly like having charges, but you're kind of the only one that can do it at this moment. At least that I can speak to.
I assume since you're here, there's something hunting her?
Yes, but all of that will be made clear soon.
Wait a minute. Can accuracy, he kind of inadvertently, without consent, read my mind. I don't know if that means that he can perceive everything I can perceive.
Not sure. Did you ask him?
Well, he couldn't see you before in the book. I guess we'll, you know what, we'll see. We'll see what happens when he comes out here.
And as you two kind of like stand there for a minute, you watch as Falamir, she has like a bag with more scrolls and a couple of books attached to it. As she makes her way towards you all, Acris like makes his way out towards the two of you.
Do you mean Do you mean to tell me in all of this city there's not a single bag of holding?
What? Why would I hold a bag of holding? That seems very I wouldn't know what I have on me. I mean, I would know what I have on me, but
Yeah, I mean, there's so
it's
many books
just so
there.
much easier just to grab the books.
Yeah, if it rains, those are ruined. You understand that,
No,
right?
they have
There is
coating
weather
over them.
outside.
It's very safe.
Okay, you know what? We'll deal with it when the time comes. Do you
Well,
have something you need to give to Adalray before we head
I'm
out?
still working
or-
on her list, but I have sending, so I can send her the list if I come up with it. But uh, names. My name is Falamir. Sorry, I'm bad at this.
It's fine. I am Iratos, otherwise known as Fang.
Which name should I call you?
Fang is easier for your tongue.
And as you're saying this, Fang, you also can see that she's blind in her eyes, at least, from what you can tell by looking at her.
Blind librarian?
I've heard that before, yes, but I prefer Falamir.
Simply remarking on the oddity. And then we have Acaris here as well.
Charmed. Nice to meet you as well. Sorry. We are kind of on a deadline. We need to leave. Do you have anything else that you have to do?
Fang kind of glances back into the bar. Nah. Let's head out.
And as the three of you, plus one for Fang, are making your way out of the city, what are the rest of y'all doing? As you watch as Artis makes his way out, you see that they're talking off in the corner a bit, or like off outside of the bar a bit. And then shortly they start to make their way out.
So, are we leaving now, or are we waiting until morning?
Let's just leave now.
Why
All
does
The
right.
sooner we get this done, the sooner hopefully Fang will be done what he's doing and we can reconvene.
All right, then let's go.
You all make your way over to Zoter's, space again. He watches as you all enter, quickly stops what he's doing and moves his way away from his desk so that y'all don't disturb the fixings that he just did. And he watches you all enter. Ah, yes, princess, everyone. What can I owe the pleasure this time?
We need to
Just
go to
using
Fort
your
Demon's
teleport.
Creek.
Oh, that has nothing to do with me. Very well. The symbol is on that disc over there. You can just go and focus and hopefully make it there in one. Actually, no. Princess.
Adalray.
Yes. Formalities as they are. If you focus your arcane energy for these transports, your friends may not suffer the psychic damage that typically can happen if you travel back and forth too frequently.
Very well. I'll keep that in mind.
And you all step on that disc, and Dalray, make a Arcana check.
14.
Okay. Without much effort, the arcane symbols and everything begin to glow as you are standing there. You can feel its presence, and eventually you all transport at Fort Demon's Creek. And off in the distance, you see this gnome male, kind of at work, and he notices the three of you arrive at the arcane symbol in question and like stops his tinkering and kind of like makes his way over towards you. And as you see this gnome approach, he appears to have like these goggles that he has over his head. He pulls them off, puts them up to his head. Big, scruffy white beard, gnomish size, and wearing what you would appear to be kind of like artificers or some kind of tinkerer's garb. And as he approaches you, that's where we're going to end it for today. And we will pick this up and introduce a new party member.
Hey, new party member.
Oh, we always love the new party members.
So that way we can break them down and make them hate us.
Well, I mean, you know,
Murder them.
you gotta have some goals. But we'll continue this in 2 weeks on the 18th. So be here 2 Saturdays from now, and we will find out who our mysterious guest is and go from there. But thank you all for joining us for our first campaign showing here on the Dungeon Mechanics. And if you have not already, make sure you give us a like and tell all your friends to also give us a like and come hang out with us, because we like to hang out. I'm bad at the accents for that kind of thing, but yes, we will see you all next time, and bye for now. I don't have any clues, so it's just going to be us awkwardly standing here until I can figure out who we're going to raid. So bear with me.
You gotta start picking the raid before.
I mean, I would, but I also don't know who's on right now because it's like the weird Saturday thing, and
Saturday.
it's just a lot.
Fair enough.
Actually, who is on? That's the question.
No one.
No one's on. Oh my gosh, Sarumanu's. Okay, we'll rate Sarumanu. So we're gonna rate our buddy Sarumanu, and I think he's playing Genshin Impact, which I've seen a lot of people playing that recently, so that might be like the new thing or something.
I don't even know what that is, but okay.
It's like a RPG game, but yeah,
It's a JRPG.
We'll raid
about it.
him, but we're most likely going to meet his son, Maru Sanu. I don't know what his son's name is, but he's a V Twitch tuber streamer. So just go in, say hi, see what he's up to, and watch the shenanigans because I know they are about to start if they have not already. But yeah, catch you all in 2 weeks.